it's Maddie the Gamer, and today we have a very special Maddie Talks. I have a guest with me today, and we will be talking about Kingdom Hearts Unchained, the new mobile game by Square Enix, and I will let my special guest introduce himself.
How's it going, everybody? Husky Wolf here, and thank you so much for having me on this discussion video.
No problem. I thought it would be awesome to have you on since you love Kingdom Hearts and stuff.
Yes, I'm a very big fan of the game series.
Alright, so, like I said, we'll be talking about Kingdom Hearts Unchained, and I guess we'll just talk about, like, what we like about it first.
Yeah.
So, would you like to go first?
Sure. One of the things that really came to mind when I first heard about Unchained Key was the combat system. It's very different, but very similar to Reaching the Memories, how, like, you had, like, the cards and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
That's what immediately came to mind when I started playing it, but yeah, it's still different than the actual card system from that game.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly a really big fan of it so far.
Yeah, I haven't really had any problems with it. It took me a little while to figure out how to do special moves for some reason, but when I started doing that, I just started using special moves all the time. So,
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of fun. It's really different. It's got a really fresh take on the game series, I think. And I really enjoy it so far. Do you think it's smart that... this is kind of a weird question, but do you think that it's smart that Square Enix made a mobile Kingdom Hearts game instead of, like, a physical release or something?
Yeah, it's a bit different because they've been mainly sticking to, like, consoles and then a few, like, handhelds there, here and there. So it is kind of weird to see it, like, on a mobile game instead of, like, maybe, like, the 3DS or something.
Yeah.
It would have made a little bit more sense, but hey, I'm not working for them.
Yeah. I know that they released the other Kingdom Hearts games later on mobile devices. Like, I've seen Kingdom Hearts Recoded on the iPad, on the App Store.
Yeah.
But I think that this works a little better besides the main series games that they might put on.
Yeah.
So, do you think that this will help get people into the main series game if, you know, they find it on the App Store and then decide to download it and stuff?
I want to say yes because, well, since I'm a huge fan of Kingdom Hearts, I think that everyone should at least try it and see what their opinion is about it. So, I think this could be a good one because, like, I like this online, like, what's the word, where it's, like, you have, like, an online, like, server where, like, multiple people can, like, add people and just talk about this whole thing in general. So I really think it's a good idea for people to try to get into the series, but personally, if you want to try to get into it, start with, like, the console games.
Yeah. For me, I suggest going all the way back to the beginning because even in the first game, the story gets so complicated, and if you're not paying attention, you will miss something very vital to the story. And I feel like that if you were to start, like, at Dream Drop Distance or something like that, you were going to be completely discombobulated and not know what's going on. Because one of my friends actually did that. He bought Dream Drop Distance for the 3DS, and he started playing it, and he really didn't like it, and he was just totally turned off to the Kingdom Hearts series, and I can understand that, but I just kind of keep pressing him once in a great while to just at least try out the first one. So, yeah.
It's funny because I have a similar story to that where a friend bought Dream Drop Distance, had no idea what was going on, and asked me for advice. I basically gave him the rundown of the whole entire Kingdom Hearts series.
That's awesome.
I'm sure you had a headache by the end of that.
It's really difficult because there's so many storylines being set up in the first game, and, like, there's already a few that, like, I think were dropped in the first one that they were going to do something with and then never ended up doing anything with them, or they're going to end up doing something with them in Kingdom Hearts 3. But anyway, it's pretty complicated.
Yeah.
So, do you think this is just something to tie us over till Kingdom Hearts 3, or just a thing to just put out there for Kingdom Hearts fans?
I think it's just something just to put out for Kingdom Hearts fans because things that have been tying us over until Kingdom Hearts 3 is eventually released was the HD remix on the PS3 and PS4s.
Yeah, and then there's going to be, is it 3.5 remix that's coming out this December?
2.8
Oh,
Final
2.8.
Chapter Prologue. Something, whatever. It has a ridiculously long name.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just for me, I think they should have just done like the whole 2 point something 3 or something. I don't know. I think it would have been easier. But I thought it was something when it was first announced. I thought it was something just to tie us over because they first announced this, and then just a few minutes later they announced they released the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, and when I saw it, that's just exactly what I thought. It was just something to tie us over, and I wasn't really looking forward to it until it came out the other day, and then I remember it's like, oh, here's something to tie me over. But I think it's a lot of fun so far. So do you think it's a really, really cool idea that you as the player are now part of the Kingdom Hearts universe in a way?
Honestly, hell yes, because it's a very big idea that I've had in mind to actually have my own avatar character in the Kingdom Hearts series. It's something I've wanted for like so long, and now it's a reality, and it's very, very cool. I'm really a big fan of like the whole customization that you can like have different keyblades, and then you can keep upgrading that alongside your like avatar's outfit. So yeah, I'm a very, very big fan of that.
Yeah, it's like these last couple of years, game companies I think have finally been catching on that you as the player want to be in this world that they've created, besides just kind of you controlling the character and you just going through this world kind of like as a kind of like an audience. But now that people are finally making it to where you can be in the game, I think that things are finally starting to take off. Like in Destiny, you are the protagonist. You are the story. Same goes for Fire Emblem. The last two releases, I really like it that the companies are like kind of getting at that we want to be in this world that you've created, and I think it's an awesome idea that they've made that to where you can do that.
Yeah.
Alright, so do you think the music is as good as the other games?
It's kind of a hard question because they have been reusing music from other games. Like, I think the only one that I've really heard that was a new title for music was the opening credits theme, like when you're waiting for it to download, and Daybreak Town.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, because I heard Alice in Wonderland, and I've been like listening to that since I was real little, so like I was humming along with the whole thing when I was playing that whole level. I think the same goes for Aladdin. I was definitely able to kind of keep up with the music and hum along with it and have a little fun. So I noticed that there are little things that are different about the music this time around. Maybe it's remixed just a little bit, maybe tweaked to fit the iPhone or the Android phones, but I don't know, it sounded a little different to me. But anyway, do you like the art style that they used?
Honestly, I like the art style. I was actually talking to a friend about this, and he wasn't a fan of it, but I kind of like the chibi style of it. It reminds me of like these little like these, I don't know how to describe them. They're like little like keychains with like Kingdom Hearts characters on them.
Yeah.
I'll have to like show you a picture of it later, but yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, this, when they showed it, this reminds me of I can't remember which game it was. I think it was either Recoded or Dream Drop Distance, but there was this side thing where throughout the game you could collect like little clothes and accessories for your Kingdom Hearts, for a little Kingdom Hearts character for Street Pass or like going online or something, and it reminded me a lot of that art style and what you could do with it. But I feel like that Unchained is a little better in terms of the Street Pass or trying to find other players to play with on this game. So I think that's pretty awesome. So I don't know if you've done this yet, but I've started a party, and I've basically called it a guild because to me, I think I've always wanted to make a guild in anything. Like I play a lot of MMOs, and I've made a guild for basically everything, but I've really never had anyone in my guilds. So I tried to make a guild on here, and it's my party. So, do you like the idea of having a party which is basically a guild, or, you know, that kind of thing?
Honestly, I personally do not mind having like a guild. If it is like an online thing, I think there should be like some type of like party/guild in each of those. Like, for example, in the RPGs, I think those would get pretty bland without some type of party and guild to hang out with your friends and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I really like the idea of that. I haven't personally tried it yet because I had no idea that it existed until just now, which is actually quite funny.
So, do you have any other thoughts about Kingdom Hearts Unchained that you would like to share before we get off? And because I think we're approaching our, about our ending point here.
There's only one like quick thing, and that's just like how's this going to impact like the rest of the story for Kingdom Hearts, because this is supposed to take place before the Keyblade War and before Birth by Sleep.
That's
So
what I
that's what it kind
thought.
of looks like it is in the beginning when you start like choosing like which side to join. So
All right, so I think that's it for this Maddie's Talks. Thank you so much, Husky Wolf, for being on with me. It was so much fun.